Hi there, Malcolm here with my 414th Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing you a book review for The Collapsing Empire, Book 1 of the Interdependency by John Scalzi. This is part 1 of a science fiction trilogy set in the far, far, far off distant future. Earth is but a memory, and there's a human empire spanning a number of star systems. Unfortunately, there's a problem. The special flow that connects these systems is collapsing, and indeed it's been predicted that before long the interdependency will be no more and every system will have to fend for itself. And so the story follows three main characters: the new empress of the interdependency, who's been more or less thrust into this because her older brother happened to decapitate himself in a racing accident, and now she is numero uno in the galaxy. And there's a big thing to say about those who actually don't want the power being the ones to get it, rather than it going to those who want it. A merchant taking a cargo to End, the furthest point of the interdependency, who finds herself embroiled in a conspiracy, the same conspiracy that the new empress finds herself embroiled in back at the hub. And a scientist on End who has worked out that the flow is going to collapse and needs to travel to hub to tell the emperor the bad news, not knowing that the emperor is now dead and it's his daughter he'll be going to meet. And of course there's a big powerful family who are up to no good. They are trying to stop word getting out about the collapse for reasons of their own, and they cause a bit of grief for all three of our main characters. But now by this point I've read quite a few John Scalzi books and I've become a fast fan of his. I enjoy his writing style, I enjoy his sense of humour, and this is another really funny book. And there's a great passage on the second page, quite a long sentence, about mutiny. Then, depending on the way things go, the captain being murdered and tossed out into the void, and then everything backdated after the fact to make it all look legal and pretty, or the mutinous officers and crew being shown the other side of an airlock, or the captain filing a notice of extra-legal mutiny, which cancels the mutiny survivors' benefits and pensions, meaning their spouses and children starve and are blackballed from guild roles for 2 generations because apparently mutiny is in the DNA, like eye colour or a tendency towards irritable bowels. And I thought, great, I'm really going to enjoy this one. And yeah, the characters are enjoyable, and the intrigue behind what this family is up to kept me hooked. You know, why is it in their best interests to ensure that the flow does collapse? It makes no sense, because people don't actually live on planets throughout the interdependency. End is the only habitable planet in the whole lot. Everywhere else, they're in space stations, orbiting gas giants or whatever. And so this system is called the Interdependency because each location is very much dependent on the trade of everywhere else. No one location can survive on its own, with the exception of perhaps End, because it is a planet. And this is because they can't choose where the flow goes. That's where the flow goes, that's where we go, that's what's there. It was also nice seeing this style of story because quite often when we have these far off distant future stories, there was a big empire that has collapsed, and we're either dealing with the rediscovery of planets with Lloyd Biggle Jr. or a new civilization is rising as planets are rediscovering each other again, like in Harry Harrison's Stainless Steel Rat series, or we have a more grander epic scale like in Isaac Asimov's Foundation series, which sees the fall and rise of this very thing, or with James S. A. Corey's Expanse we see the beginning of the spread of humanity out into the stars. It's not often we actually cover the collapse itself, and so really intrigued to see where this trilogy goes in dealing with this particular aspect of space sci-fi. So witty, intriguing, some great characters, both good and bad, and only 333 pages. It's quite a quick read as well. Looking forward to book 2. Booktastic. So have you read The Collapsing Empire or the Interdependency Trilogy? What did you think about it? No spoilers, please. Comment down below. But as usual, if there's nothing nice to say, then please keep it to yourself. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and other YouTube things if you want. And until next time, see you later.